guys, welcome back. This is Jada, and today I'm going to talk about my Starbucks horror stories. So back in the day, as in like 2 years ago, I used to work at a Starbucks in a grocery store. Let me just tell you, I met the craziest people I've ever met in my entire life working at that job. I worked in a touristy area by the beach, and it just brought in all different types of people and all different types of crazy. Here are some photos from my barista days. So today I'm going to talk about my weirdest customers in no particular order. One day I was just minding my own business at Starbucks, and the customer service guy from the grocery store came over and was like, "Hey Jada, you got a complaint?" And I was like, "Ugh, what is it?" And he was like, don't worry, you're not in trouble, nobody's upset with you. I just want to tell you this because it's funny." I was like, okay. And he said that this lady called. She said that she ordered an iced coffee, drove all the way home, and the ice was melted. By the way, it was the middle of the summer. It was like 95 degrees outside, one of the hottest days of the year. First of all, who orders coffee from Starbucks and doesn't drink it right away, especially an iced coffee? Second of all, why are you going to keep it in your hot car for that long? People would just get upset about the stupidest things, and it was hilarious, especially when I didn't have to deal with it. Another thing about where we lived in like a touristy area is that there were a lot of homeless people. A lot of them would spend like the entire day just sitting in our seating area. They would just like eat samples sometimes or have like coffee samples, and we gave them water. Our new manager stopped allowing us to give them free water, but I would still give them free water anyway, and so did a lot of my coworkers, because like I'm not gonna make a homeless person pay for a plastic cup of water. Like, it's not a big deal. This store has plenty of money. They'll be okay. But there was one guy who would always sit in our seating area in the grocery store, having lunch, eating a banana. You can have your lunch here, no big deal. Nothing weird about that. But the weird thing was how he was eating banana. He had the peel in this hand, the inside of the banana in this hand. He was just holding the peel and just eating the inside of the banana, just like that, just sitting there, just... Me being the awful person I am, got that on Snapchat, so here's that video. Another day, this guy came in and he ordered his drink, which was something normal, like a latte. And then he was like, "Can I also have a tall cup of half non-fat steamed milk and half hot water?" And I was like, okay, that's weird, but you know, whatever. And he made a point of letting me know, like, that drink's not for me, by the way. Like, he like made sure I knew that he was not drinking that. He said there was a homeless guy outside and it was cold, so I asked him if he wanted a hot drink, and this is what he asked for. He was like, "Are you sure? Like, I can get you anything off the menu, it's no big deal." And he was like, "No, that's what I want." I understand not wanting to be all fancy and give him a complicated order because they're doing something nice for you, but you don't need to deal with that. Like, you could get coffee, you know? You can get a hot chocolate or anything else, tea maybe, if you know, anything other than that. And actually after that I saw that guy a few times, the homeless guy, because he found some change, I guess, and like would order his half steamed milk and half water, and I was like, he would just drink it. I saw him drink it. I'm like, at least fill it all the way up, don't water it down. But whatever, I'm not judging, actually I am. But the next guy, most annoying person ever. In his 30s, beach blonde hair, his nails were super dirty. He would always hang around and want to talk to us for like forever. He would always like wink as he like walked past the Starbucks kiosk. Like, he was like, ugh. We had this drink cup that had our tips, so if someone wanted to give us a tip, they'd throw change or a dollar in there, and then whoever was the barista that day would take it, or we'd split it between the two baristas that were working that day. And like all the time he would like have almost enough money for a coffee, but he would be like 30-40 cents like under. And so his phrase was, "Can you spot me?" He would point to the cup and ask basically if he can have a few cents to pay for the rest of his coffee. And us being nice, we're just like, sure, whatever, like it's 30 cents, I don't care. But like all the time, constantly, like every day. And he would just stick his dirty hands. He had dirty fingers. That's partly why we called him Sticky Fingers, because he was always just taking our money and can you spot me? But also people called him that because one of my coworkers had this app on her phone where it tells you who got arrested in your city recently and why. And she sent us a screenshot one day and it was that guy. And he got arrested because he was basically public indecency, doing inappropriate things in front of people, if you get what I'm saying. So that's also why we call him that. So yeah, he was gross and we never let him stick his hands in our tip cup after that. The next lady was super nice, didn't mind talking to her, not the worst person to come in. She just had a funny story. She showed up, she looked like a little bit rough, like she'd been like outside at the beach all day, whatever. Super happy, friendly person. Might have been on drugs, but you know, that's just how it is. She was like, yesterday I came in here, I was in the bathroom for like 30 minutes. I accidentally pepper sprayed myself, rinsing out my eye. People kept knocking on the door trying to come in. And I was like, I can't open the door right now. I'm stuck in here. She said this was the second time that this has happened to her. So just, what is her life like? What goes on? Why was she holding it the wrong way? Who was she trying to pepper spray? Why was this not the first time this ever happened? So many questions that will probably just never be answered. This other lady, one of my regulars, she always got a grande iced skinny vanilla latte, non-fat milk, 1.5 pumps of skinny vanilla. When I'd see her come up, usually I'd just start making her drink like I knew what she wanted. She knew that I knew what she wanted. Sometimes she'd be completely normal. Sometimes she was rude when there was a new person and they didn't know how to make her drink. And other times, like, I think she was on some kind of medication or something. She would just be super off. She would order like 4 drinks and then forget which ones were hers. Or she ordered her iced drink one day and then picked up the hot drink and was like, is this mine? I'm like, no, you know what you order every day. Another day she came in like slurring her words and I don't even know, like she was just like, sometimes she'd be like completely normal, like she was going to work, and other days she would just like have no idea. I have no idea what's going on in her brain. But yeah, she would just like grab wrong drinks and stuff and I'd just be like, what you doing, lady? So let's talk about the magical drink, the unicorn frappuccino that just blew up on the internet. I remember people were taking selfies with their drink after I made them for them. The drink was okay. It was like mango flavored, like it was fine. But I'd rather have like a mocha or a caramel or something, frappuccino if I were to get one. But people were freaking out. Consumerism is a crazy thing. This one lady called me and she was like, do you guys have the unicorn frappuccino? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God, I've been driving all over the city. I went to 4 different Starbucks. They said they were all out. I keep calling places and nobody has it anymore. I'll be right there. And I was like, all right. And she's like, you don't think they're gonna sell out or anything, do you? And I was like, no, we'll be good. And she's like, okay, I'll be right there. So like, I don't know, like an hour later, this lady and her daughter show up. The daughter is just like super chill, not enthusiastic about this drink at all. She's probably like 13-ish. The mom, she was like jumping up and down.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't wait to have the unicorn frappuccino.
She was talking to people online. She was like,
I'm about to try the unicorn frappuccino. Have you had it before? Oh my God, I'm so excited. I keep hearing about this. You guys, I've been driving all over the city trying to get this unicorn frappuccino. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
She was just like walking back and forth while she was waiting for her drink, watching me make it, talking to everybody. Just, it's not that exciting. It's not. It's just a drink. It's just a different color. But people got so excited about this drink. The next guy, another one of my regulars, kind of weird, older guy with a kind of southern accent. He always had this little disgusting, shaky, gross, mop little dog. People would always be like, oh my God, what a cute little dog, what's his name? And he was always like, his name is Waldo because I found him. And they'd be like, oh my God, oh, so cute. That little disgusting dog, I would not touch that thing. I love dogs, but like those little like shaky, dirty, it was so dirty. It was such a dirty dog. You should not bring that thing in the store. When I'd ask him what he wanted, he never gave me like a straight answer. He would just be like, give me something cold with like white mocha and 3 espresso shots. So I just make him a white mocha frappuccino with 3 espresso shots. He was like, this is perfect every time. This is perfect. Thank you. Every now and then he'd be like, I'll have my usual. And I'll be like, sure. And I'll make him that drink. And then sometimes he would just be like, this isn't what I usually get. I usually get, and he'd say something like completely different, like a peppermint mocha or something. I'm like, why didn't you say so? Because that's not your usual. You get the same thing every single time. You don't just say your usual and then like complain that it's a different drink. We'll go back to that guy in a minute, but let's move on to the next person because they're gonna tie in together. The next person is the preacher. Super happy, middle-aged guy with long dreads. He'd come into Starbucks, order his drink, I make him his drink, and then he'd be like, thank you so much, God bless you. What are you trying to do with your life? Whatever you want to do, you can do it. God is on your side. God will be there to guide you in Jesus Christ's name. Go on for like 5 minutes, just giving me a whole long prayer. Thank you. I'm not religious, but thank you for like caring or whatever. Yeah, he would just go on for too long and be like, I have other customers. Can you like wrap up that prayer, please? And I'd see him around the store. He would go to random customers and say prayers to them, and you could see the look on their faces. They were just like, how do I get out of this? And he was just like going on and on. Yeah, God's on your side. God will be there when you need him the most. And just telling prayers to everyone. Super sweet person, but like calm down. So back to that guy with that little dog, a little gross dog, Waldo, that he found. I saw that guy saying a prayer to the dog. He bent down on his knees and was saying a whole long thing to this guy's little dog, and the guy was like amused by it. He thought it was great. Everybody loves his dog. He loves that this guy loves his dog. It was great. And I was like, what is happening? Another time I saw that guy, just like that preacher guy, just skateboarding through the grocery store, sunglasses on, just gliding through the store, spreading the word of Jesus Christ. So this girl, maybe like mid to late 20s, she was always super done up, always had perfect hair, perfect makeup, had heels on, had a dress on. Like, she was really trying to look nice at this grocery store. Every time I'd see her, she'd be like, can I have some agua? Like, that's what she would say every time. And like, can I have some agua? I'm just so thirsty. It's so hot outside. Can I have some agua? She was always with this older guy, like not old, but like probably in like his 50s, like probably like 30 years older than her. He was always with him, and she would always be with this dude all dressed up, and I think he was like rich or something, paying her to hang out with him. And that's what my coworkers thought. But anyway, she'd always be like, yeah, we've been really busy bees today, and we just need some agua, and I think he's gonna get a coffee. She was super nice. She would always comment, oh my god, you're so sweet, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the agua. This is so lovely. You're so lovely. Thank you so much. And I wasn't there, but I guess that preacher guy met her. It's always so entertaining when all the weirdos meet each other and it just becomes an explosion of strangeness. So one day that preacher guy saw her and started trying to tell her some kind of prayers, and she was probably like the only person who ever stopped him, and she was like, honestly, you're really creeping me out right now. And then she left. And the last one, this one's just a bonus because actually this girl was weird, but it wasn't like a weird customer situation. It's just like a weird situation in my life, I guess. So the seafood guy that worked at the grocery store, his wife died, and then like a month or two later, he started dating this new girl that was always at the grocery store in the Starbucks seating area. And he was probably like 55 and she was like 20 years old. And she just happened to go to my high school. I never knew her, but like she kind of had just kind of like odd features, and she was one of those people you just notice. And I guess I have odd features too because she recognized me too. But yeah, she was just like, oh yeah, how have you been since high school? She'd always want to talk to me for such a long time. And I was like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't know you. Like I said, his wife died, dated this new girl who always just stayed at the grocery store all day long because I guess she had nothing else to do. She like got pregnant like immediately, had this huge stomach. And one day she was talking about being pregnant and she was like, you're next. And I was like, no, I'm not. And then like 2 months later, I got pregnant, and I was like, this girl is psychic. Because when do you just go to like someone you barely know and say, "You're next"? Like, you don't know if I'm in a relationship or what's going on in my life. Like, you don't know me at all. And like, suddenly I'm pregnant. So yeah, those are my stories from Starbucks. Definitely an interesting job. I missed it a lot. There were definitely good and bad things about working there. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment with your favorite Starbucks drink. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I will be back next week with a new video.